Have you ever had someone look at your newborn and accuse you of infidelity? That's what happened to me. 3 weeks postpartum, exhausted, sore, and blissfully in love with our baby boy, Dany, when my husband's future sister-in-law, Bonnie, launched a bomb into our lives. It started innocently enough. My husband, Aaron's brother, Sean, was engaged to Bonnie, and they came over to meet Dany for the first time. We'd all gathered in the living room, chatting and cooing over the baby. Bonnie kept staring at him a little too long, but I chalked it up to curiosity. Dany was adorable, after all. Then, as we were cleaning up, Bonnie pulled Aaron aside. I was in the kitchen, but overheard just enough to catch the tail end of her sentence. "Don't you think he looks a little like Sean?" I froze. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, so I stayed quiet and waited for Aaron to tell me what was going on. He didn't. In fact, he seemed tense for the rest of the night, but I assumed he was just tired. The next day, everything exploded. I got a call from Emma, Aaron's sister, who asked if everything was okay between me and Sean. Confused, I said, "Of course," and she hesitantly told me that Bonnie had been going around suggesting Dany might not be Aaron's son. According to her, Dany looked too Korean. That was her entire argument. I was floored. Dany looked like me, yes, but I'm Korean. Aaron is white. We both expected our child to reflect both of our features, but Bonnie apparently decided that Dany looked too Asian and had spun an entire theory that Sean, who is also Korean, must be the real father. I hung up on Emma out of sheer rage. I was shaking. How dare Bonnie accuse me of cheating? How dare she look at my baby and decide he couldn't belong to my husband just because he resembled me? I confronted Aaron that evening. He came home distant, and after some pressing, admitted that his whole family was buzzing about it. Everyone was saying I should take a paternity test to put the drama to rest. I asked, "So now you think I should take it too?" Aaron hesitated. "I don't know. Maybe it would be easier." "Easier for who?" I snapped. "Is it easier for me to prove I didn't cheat? Easier to validate a racist, paranoid fantasy? Is it easier to live with the knowledge that my own husband thinks I should have to prove my loyalty?" We had our first real fight since Dany was born. Aaron slept in the guest room, and I stayed up all night crying, holding Dany close, wondering how my life had suddenly descended into this nightmare. Aaron apologized the next morning, swearing. He didn't doubt me, but admitting the pressure from his family was getting to him. Everyone kept asking, why won't she just take the test if she has nothing to hide? And slowly, that doubt was seeping in, even if he didn't want it to. I told him it was time to choose. He couldn't support me while also entertaining the idea that I needed to jump through hoops to prove myself. Sean, to his credit, texted me and apologized. He said he never meant for his relationship drama to affect my family and that he'd never doubted me. He also said Bonnie was refusing to speak to him unless he agreed that I take the test. He told her no. He wasn't going to entertain something that was so insulting to us both. The more I thought about it, the more I realized Bonnie had probably been suspicious for a long time. I remembered last Christmas when Sean and I were discussing Korean dramas we liked, and Bonnie made a weird comment about how we had so much in common. At the time, I thought she was just making conversation. Now, I see it differently. There was also that time she asked Aaron if he ever worried about how much time Sean and I spent talking at family events. He laughed it off, but she said no. Reason? Just wondering. I brushed it off then, but it's clear now. Bonnie had been piecing together a delusion for months, maybe years, and Dany's birth was just the final push. Eventually, I made a decision. After talking to some friends and thinking deeply, I told Aaron I would take the test. Not for Bonnie, not for anyone else, but for him. To kill even the smallest doubt before it could take root and destroy our marriage. We went to a private lab. I told Aaron this would stay between us. No one else would ever know we did it. Not his family, not even Sean. Aaron tried to say he didn't need it, but I saw the relief in his eyes. He did, and I needed to remove this poison from our lives. A few days later, we got the results. Dany is 100% Aaron's son. As we read the report, Aaron cried. We burned the paper afterward. I didn't want any record that we ever doubted our son's parentage. This was never about Bonnie. It was about protecting our family from her chaos. Unfortunately, that chaos wasn't done with us yet. Sean went to their apartment to collect his things. Bonnie was there and started yelling about the test again. Sean told her he was done, that she'd lost him by refusing to trust him and by attacking me. That's when Bonnie snapped. She showed up at our house screaming outside for Sean. Aaron opened the door and she shoved past him. She saw Sean holding Dany and completely lost it, accusing us of being lovers, screaming about betrayal, yelling she was going to expose us. Sean stood up with Dany still in his arms and told her to leave. That's when Bonnie lunged for the baby. Instinct took over. I grabbed Dany from both of them and shouted at Bonnie to get out of my house. She turned on me, calling me every horrible name you can imagine. I was still holding my baby when she slapped me across the face. Sean stepped between us immediately, shouting at her. Aaron had already called 911. Bonnie finally realized how far she'd gone and fled the house crying. The police came and took our statement. They said we could press charges. I was tempted, but I just wanted her out of our lives. Sean was horrified. He called the next day to say Bonnie had been begging him to take her back, promising to drop the accusations if he forgave her. He told her absolutely not, blocked her number, and cut her off for good. Aaron's parents called, shocked and ashamed. They apologized for not standing up for me from the start. They said they knew I was a good wife and mother, and they were devastated they had ever doubted me. It felt vindicating, but also exhausting. I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that she hit me while I was holding my newborn son. That's the kind of person Bonnie is, and that's the kind of danger we needed out of our lives. Sean came by again, bringing a Korean children's book for Dany. He asked if he could still be part of his life as an honorary uncle. Of course, I said yes. None of this was his fault, but just when I thought we were done, more fallout came. 2 weeks after the slap, Aaron's cousin called me. She'd heard rumors. Bonnie was going around telling people I seduced Sean, broke up their relationship, and manipulated the family into taking my side. She was painting herself as the victim. I was furious. We'd already done the test. We'd already dealt with the emotional wreckage, and here Bonnie was, still spinning lies to anyone who would listen. Aaron was livid. He wanted to contact a lawyer for defamation, but I told him no. I didn't want to give her any more power over my life. The damage was already done. Fortunately, most people didn't believe her. Those who knew me knew the kind of person I was. Aaron's family fully cut her off, and his mom even posted on Facebook about how proud she was of me and how much she loved her grandson. Dany is 6 weeks old now. He's smiling, alert, and the light of our lives. He has no idea that someone tried to tear his family apart before he was even a month old. But we fought for him. We fought for each other. I'm still angry, because I know this wouldn't have happened if I were white. If Dany had been born with Aaron's features instead of mine, no one would have dared question his paternity. But because I'm Korean, because Sean is Korean, and because Dany looks like us, Bonnie decided I was unfaithful. It hurts, and it makes me question how deep these biases go. But Aaron and I came out stronger. His family, though shaken, has embraced me completely. And Bonnie, she moved away. I hope I never see her again. More than that, I hope she gets the help she clearly needs. But for me, I'm moving on. I'm done letting her poison infect the life we're building. I have a beautiful son, a husband who loves me, and a family that finally sees the truth. She tried to destroy all of that, and she failed.